Manny Smith. So far, I took out your little guard dog. Then, your queen. You're next. And I am so confident that I can beat you one-on-one, that I belong at the top of the food chain, that I'm going to do it without these two ringside. So what do you say, Manny? You willing to step into the butcher shop and see if you still are top dog here at DCW? Be waiting.
Welcome to the Gateway in downtown Salt Lake City, Utah. This is Devotion Championship Wrestling. Lauren Gardner here, the Cicerone, calling the action on today's episode. As we just saw, William Cutting calling out Manny Smith, so confident in taking on his rival, he will not be accompanied by his butcher shop. After weeks of terrorizing Tom, Chad, Harvey, and Misi backstage, the core champion and the ice cream man look to settle things in the ring with the Prophets of Destruction. But first, for our opening bout, let's go ringside to our announcer, JV Vernola, for an introduction of the competitors.
Introducing first, she is forged, not born, steel! Her opponent from the Pacific Islands, she is the Polynesian Savage, Reka Tehaka!
Officiating this bout, senior referee Chris Harmon. Not the first time we have seen Steel and Reka Tehaka go at it in the squared circle. Each and every time they have gone at it, when it's been a fair fight, I should say, that is without the butcher shop intervening, it has come up with a W for Reka. Reka with a great shoulder tackle, no doubt, picked up from her husband, DCW founder Manny Smith, who we will see later in action tonight. Reka, who has been training with AEW all across the United States, no doubt picking up and showing what she's got. Goes for a third time, but Mr. Lucas of the butcher shop, you can see right there, Lucas and William Cutting joining Steel. Steel throwing Reka into the corner. Quickly stops the momentum that Reka was building. Steel now brings Reka into the center of the ring, scoops her up, and look at the power as she slams down the Polynesian Savage and goes for the cover. Reka kicks out at 2. I've no doubt that Steel is feeling the same jealousy, the same envy that the leader of the butcher shop, William Cutting, professes for Manny, stating that the Smiths are able to get opportunities that no one else does because of their positioning as the DCW operators and founders. Reka coming in with those two-handed chops, bringing Steel down not once but twice, and now a wushu kick brings Steel down right on her back. I believe that connected right into her collarbone. That's a separated shoulder waiting to happen. Reka not finished, bringing Steel back up to her feet, pitches Steel into the corner. Reka lines up her shot and misses as Steel sees it coming and dodges out of the way. Steel looking to take advantage, going for a rear bear hug here. Reka pushing back off of her heels, trying to break the hold, and the two slam into our official. I hope Chris is okay. Reka, though, seizing on the opportunity, goes for the roll-up, but the official, who has still not recovered, Reka goes over to check on the official as he's stirring. Steel has now got to her feet and delivers a boot to Reka's stomach. Now, again, showing off that strength that she has with a scoop slam. Steel feeling the effect on her own back after twice deadlifting Reka and throwing her into the mat. Grabbing the Polynesian Savage, throwing her to the ground, and now going for a camel clutch. She's got it in deep. She's got it in deep. Shades of the Iron Sheik. Reka in bad shape, and she taps. Reka is tapping. That is it, folks. Still victorious in this bout.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Steel!
Steel comes off with a W off of a unfortunate happenstance. The Butcher Shop always happy to take advantage of someone else's misfortune. No doubt preparing for his own match, and thus was not out here to protect his better half. We now go backstage to Manny Smith.
I'm just going to be straight up honest here. William Cutting, if it wasn't for Manny Smith, you would still be jerking off to those no-name superstars on Orange Street. Think I forgot? Bro, I was there. When you walked in, you cut a banger promo, and then they laughed you out of the building, never to be seen from again. And then what, 3 years later, Manny starts DCW, and who was the first person asking me to train them? You were. Cutting, you've been here since the very beginning, that's no secret. But you still find every reason and every excuse to blame me for all your failures here. You want to prove your point, kid? You get your shot tonight. But just realize, this is your moment, and this is as big as it's ever gonna get. So don't spoil it. All gas, no brakes, baby.
You've never had a girl before.
Sure I have. It begins to burn. Combustion, the process of burning, produces
Guys,
heat.
come look at this!
So it's not just heat we need to make things burn.
Any symptoms?
We need enough heat.
Yeah, I have this little sore. It won't heal.
When something catches fire without something else lighting it, it is called spontaneous combustion.
I could make you happy.
Already in the ring from the Killing Fields, weighing 185 pounds, William Cutting! And his opponent from Salt Lake City, Utah, weighing 220 pounds, Manny Smith!
Listen to the crowd response for the entrance of Manny Smith, a man who has done more for wrestling in Utah, well, than anyone. And I tell you what, William Cutting would not be wrestling in this state were it not for Manny. Fired up, ready to go with the devoted faithful behind him. Smith, who is training full-time in Georgia, a little training facility you might have heard of, the Nightmare Factory. And that pisses off William Cutting. He's like a lobster in a bucket. He doesn't want to see anyone else get ahead, so he just tries to pull them back down. Officiating this contest is Arizona's finest, Ian Rollins. As Rollins checks with our competitors, he calls for the bell, and good night, Irene! At the drop of a hat is ready, Manny Smith. Catching, cutting, totally unawares as he is going around the ring posts, giving a good throttling to Bonesaw William Cutting. Manny is looking better than he ever has in his professional career. Look at that, folks. A sponge-drunk William Cutting crashes into the center of the ring. Manny's fired up as we see him now take Cutting, pitching him through the ropes. Not a good place to be with a baseball slide drop kick in his repertoire. Lemons follows out and continues to lay a beating, a good old-fashioned what for to Cutting. Before the commercial break, Smith told us, you know, Cutting's gonna get his chance to prove what he's got. Manny not holding back, but Cutting now showing off the weapons in his arsenal with the butcher's hooks. He's got him in tight, and a referee giving a count, but the damage has been done. A vicious variation of a fish hook. And by manipulating the rules, by understanding what he can get away with, just like that, Cutting has turned the momentum in this match in his favor as he begins to stomp a hole right into the heart of Manny, ascending now to the second rope with a double stomp back to the chest. Cutting looking to take advantage of that pendulum swing. One, no, Smith still with it, still got it, kicks out at one, only to the continued agitation of William Cutting. But Cutting is as cunning as he is sharp, now looking to deliver the anxiety attack. Manny not looking as spry as he was just moments ago. Cutting saying it's done, looking for his specialty, not only in a finishing move, but also in his sense of personal well-being. He's looking for the self-harm, not quite in, and very close to the ropes. Manny might have a chance to come out of this. The devoted faithful rallying around him. Referee Ian Rollins checking. Smith still with it and in perfect position to deliver a few shots to the breadbasket and break the hold with the rope. Fantastic job officiating from referee Rollins. I say it all the time, folks, but I truly do mean it. We have the best officials around here at DCW. The devoted faithful now cheering on the former champion Manny Smith, but in that sense, so too, a former champion is Cutting. Off the ropes comes Manny, dodges a roundhouse, comes back with a flying shoulder tackle. Best looking shoulder tackle in the business. That's what happens when you have an athlete coming out of collegiate football and is able to transition seamlessly. But unlike football, there is no halftime in a match. Knowingly, Smith taking a chance to regain his bearings, stock up some energy to come back and finish Cutting. The danger being that so too has he given time for Cutting to regain his bearings. But it doesn't look like it as two lariats in a row bring down Cutting. And now a slam into the mat. A fired up Manny Smith is calling his shot. Normally this is where we would see a member of the butcher shop intervene and interfere in the match, but it's not there for Cutting. Cutting though, squirming like a worm on a hook, able to escape on the ropes, sets up, whips Smith off of the ropes, an underarm grab, and a DDT puts Smith down. Cutting, exhausted, but not too tired to throw it in Smith's face. But Cutting not going for a cover, not going for a pin. No, he's in fact going for the self-harm, and he's got it in. His variation of a straight jacket choke. He's got it in tight. The devoted faithful urging Smith to continue, but my God, look at his face. He's losing all the color as Cutting is cutting off blood from reaching his brain. My God. And that's it, folks. The disbelief in the arena is palpable.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, William Cutting.
Cutting set out tonight to prove that Manny Smith no longer had it in him, that he was no longer the top dog. Well, with these results, he's definitely sunk his hooks into Manny Smith. Folks, we do appreciate you tuning in and spending your time with us. We have one more match on the card. Our main event is coming up next, but first, let's go backstage to check in with Tom Chad Harvey and the core champion, Misi.
Listen, you guys, they came in here and they beat you two down, and you let them choke me. I don't know how I let them do anything when I was getting kicked in the face and stepped on. I'm not gonna say what I got stepped on, but you know what? I've had enough of those guys. It ain't gonna be as pretty as I thought it was gonna be. Because tonight is just gonna be a different situation after tonight. How's it gonna be different? Because I got 4 eyes, Harvey! I'll be looking at both of them at the same time. They're not gonna understand this whooping I'm giving them tonight. They wanted to come behind us. From behind. But tonight we're going face. From behind. Hey. Listen, guys, we're gonna go out there. We're gonna play a clean match. But we're gonna whip their butts, okay? Let's do it. I'm all about the bottom whipping. Let's get it.
Coming up next, our main event. But first, a special message about our next live show and TV taping.
It's me, the big LG, the good brother himself in the middle of this good brother summer. You've been seeing me everywhere lately, from New Japan Pro Wrestling to AEW to my home in Impact Wrestling. Well, guess what? You can see me live along with Impact Wrestling EVP Scott D'Amore August the 7th in Salt Lake City, Utah. That's right. Devotion Championship Wrestling is getting infused with an impact. We will be there live. And for you aspiring pro wrestlers, there's a huge seminar that weekend. EVP Scott D'Amore and I evaluating new talent for Impact Wrestling. Come there, check it out. We've already got some new talent from these seminars you'll see in the upcoming weeks on Impact Wrestling TV. But Saturday night, August 7th at DCW, you definitely want to be there. I even heard there's a little preview in the bar on Friday night, and Sex Ferguson himself has whispered in my ear that he'll show up too. Be there.
Again, thank you so much for joining us, folks. Lauren Gardner here as we start our main event.
Introducing first, being accompanied to the ring by MK at a total combined weight of 437 pounds. Tombstone Judas, Brother Chatwin, the Prophets of Destruction.
Accompanied distastefully by Kid Ref. Folks, if you don't know what happened with Kid Ref, why he's dressed in Gucci, why he is even giving any sort of time to this wretched hive of scum and villainy, go to Facebook for our Facebook exclusive match.
From the Isle of Tonga, weighing 280 pounds, he is the DCW Core Champion, the King of the Pride, the Tongan Lion, Misi!
I've said it many times before, folks, and it still rings true. Few people come into this sport with the it factor. Misi, the Tongan Lion, has got it. Listen to the devoted faithful. They're in love with him, and it's kind of hard not to be.
And his partner, being accompanied to the ring by Harvey Whipplebaum, from the back of the icebox, serving up 5 scoop matches, the Ice Cream Man, Tom Chad!
Yummy.
Last we saw Tom Chad, it was on the Facebook exclusive match. If you haven't seen it, Go check it out on our Facebook page. He was going up against Brother Chatwin in an exhibition match. Things went horribly awry, and it involved Kid Ref. Folks, it was hard to watch, I'm not gonna lie. It was extremely distasteful. You have to see it to believe it. Otherwise, well, you know. There he is, folks, Tom Chad, the Ice Cream Man, and his derriere, a fan favorite, no doubt. So interesting, the dichotomy hold from the fans between these two teams. The reactions completely bipolar. After the events that did take place on Facebook, I'm sure Tom Chad would love nothing more than to start things off against Brother Chatwin. Taking his position ringside with his mentee, Kid Ref, is MK, and tasked with keeping MK in some sort of honor, I guess we could say, is referee Sean Bertow, who has called for the bell. Instead of Tom Chad and Chatwin rematch, we get to see Misi and the veteran Tombstone Judas. Misi employs a side headlock beautifully out of the purview of the referee. Tombstone Judas pulls Misi's hair. I think he's got a little bit of envy with that luscious mane sported by the core champion. Got some hair envy going on there. Tom Chad looking for a reach at him, but now it's the veteran who employs the side headlock. Goes up with the Cedar City side headlock takeover, and elated is the spiritual advisor of the Prophets of Destruction, Tombstone himself, fired up. But don't celebrate before you're blown, my friend, as Misi pops right back up and says, bring it on. Off the ropes goes Tombstone. Stopped right in his tracks by the core champion. Goes the second time from off the side. Stopped right again with another stiff shoulder. Tombstone says, now it's your turn, but instead drops Misi with another yank of the hair. Classic POD. Into the corner now. Football sledding Misi into the turnbuckle. Oh! A big Kolob club right to the heart of the core champion. Back into another corner. Back elbow from Judas. Not once, but twice. Wins the champ and pulls him right back down again. And good on our official. Getting up in his face, letting him know that that is unacceptable. Tombstone goes for a roundhouse and is shed quickly by Misi. Misi says it's his turn for some hair envy as he walks in to Lion's Paws right onto the precious hairs that Tombstone has on his chest. Again, 2 pawfuls of chest hair. A little tit for tat. How do you like that? Now, taken over by his own chest hair. A tag is made. And in comes Brother Chatwin. Chatwin, who fell victim to the vicious 5-scoop leg drop in the Facebook exclusive match, is not getting a chance to go against Tom Chad as the Tongan Lion is running roughshod all over the former Brother Smith. Misi goes for the cover. Chatwin gets a shoulder up and this match continues. Misi with the shoulder lock pulls up Brother Chatwin into the corner of Tom Chad and Misi. Tag is made and in comes the Ice Cream Man. The Ice Cream Man taking over with reverse headlock. Telling everybody he's gonna scoop him up. And we saw this just last week in the Facebook exclusive match. A stalled out vertical suplex from the Ice Cream Man. Chatwin is looking worse for wear. A pin attempt is made, but again, gets a shoulder up. If I'm MK, if I'm Tombstone, I am worried about how quickly these pin attempts are coming against Brother Chatwin. Tom Chad with a sorbet kick. Brings down Chatwin, and Tombstone has seen enough. He's going to step in and stop this. Misi not letting it happen. Jumps in himself now, going after Brother Chatwin. Judas going after Tom Chad. Complete mayhem has broken loose. Referee Sean Bertown doing what he can. He says that's enough. He calls for the bell. At the dictates of MK, Tombstone has interjected himself. A double DQ announced by the official. And wait a second. Kid Ref comes in with a kidney sucker punch. And the ice cream man decides that he is going to make a special delivery of a half pint of Kid Ref down to the Profits. To the delight of the devoted faithful, the Profits getting what no doubt we all believe they are due. For weeks now, the Profits have been terrorizing these guys with sucker punches, with attacks backstage. And Misi and Tom Chad, under the guidance of Harvey, are doing it out front and center. In stereo, double axe handles off of the apron. Coming down on the Profits. Referee Chris Harmon out here trying to stop it, but this is one ice cream truck that has got a lion's roar. I don't think it's stopping for anyone along the way. Despite what the referees are trying to do, and I believe to be the correct thing to do in stopping this, the devoted faithful are absolutely loving it. A stiff headbutt to Brother Chatwin, and Tombstone Judas now in a side headlock. Oh my goodness! Tom Chad just smashed a soda can across Brother Chatwin's face. Another headbutt puts Brother Chatwin down amongst the fans. The devoted Tombstone coming back with a chair across the back of the court champion, folks. This is getting out of control. Is this what MK planned for all? Wait a second. It's Papa Rob, the DCW General Manager.
You're fired, MK.
There you have it, folks. As always, I'm Lauren Gardner. And until next time, stay devoted.
Now I will kill you.